Greetings, beloved one. This is your servant Odiasampa, the CEO of Odiasampa Spiritual and Herbal Center. Today, I brought to you a good news from Bokinafaso. Ibrahim TAROE is the kind of leader that I think all the Africans are looking for. And his decision, his boldness, his attitude, his speech shows that he is truly the African son, and the blood that flows through him is African blood. Because every decision that he takes is what especially we the youth are looking for in our leaders. And to me, I think Ibrahim TAROE should have been on Burkina seat till death do him apart, or to a certain age before he stepped down for another person to continue his good work. Maybe you might not understand what I'm saying. He has made a lot of good moves, but this time around it is marvelous. For me not to waste time, if this is your first time meeting this channel, I'll pray you subscribe to the channel and write your comment under the comment section. Let's watch this brilliant move by Ibrahim TAROE.
News to be celebrated. News that gives joy. This is the type of news I expect to be hearing from Africa every day, because there is opportunity in Africa. Thank God that it has started coming. And the news is coming from Burkina Faso. This news is about gold and money. There is a very big investment coming to Burkina Faso, and that investment is going to change the history and the story of Burkina Faso. My prayer is for other countries to emulate the same. Why? Because after this news, you will know that good governance is everything. When our government is good, it is a gross business. And today, we are going to talk about business of gold in Burkina Faso. And that business of gold is between India and Burkina Faso. So, let's go. Before I will talk about the gold investment, I will have to start from what happened on June 20th, 2024, because the gold investment happened on 15th of July, 2024. But so many things, so many negotiations, so many agreements, so many meetings happened before the day the gold business was signed. Therefore, let's go and tell you how everything started from beginning. Because if we jump the news, it may get complicated when we begin to mention names of people who have been working underground to make sure that this business occurred, because this is a multi-billion business. On June 23rd, 2024, the president of the Transitional Legislative Assembly of Burkina Faso, who is known as Ousmane Bangoma, successively received in audience the ambassador of Republic of India. And there they discussed about business, what India can do in Burkina Faso. It was during this meeting that the discussion of gold came onto their table. The president of the Transitional Legislative Assembly, Ousmane Bangoma, successively received in audience the ambassadors of the Republic of India, Bhaskar Bhatt, in Ouagadougou. The two diplomats discussed with the head of the Burkinabe parliament the strengthening of bilateral cooperation between their respective countries and Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso and the Republic of India have long-standing and continuing friendly relations. The areas of this cooperation were reviewed Thursday, June 20th, 2024, in Ouagadougou, during a meeting between its ambassador to Burkina Faso, Bhaskar Bhatt, and the president of the Transitional Legislative Assembly, ALT, Ousmane Bangoma. I would like to thank the president of the ALT who gave me the opportunity to meet him and revisit the various activities that are part of the cooperation between our two countries, said Bhaskar Bhatt as he left the audience. The Indian diplomat also indicated that he took the opportunity to discuss with the head of the Burkinabe parliament the cooperation that his country maintains with Burkina in the agricultural sector, which he said has been supported by India for years, as well as the development prospects of several sectors. We also discussed our cooperation in the security and technology sector. We are satisfied with the exchanges because the president was very attentive during our meeting, the Indian diplomat said. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Bhaskar Bhatt discussed with Usman Buguma the recent elections held in his country. And the glory be to God that what started on June 20th has now produced fruit today. Now, if you can remember that on Friday, June 28th, 2024, there were about 10 ambassadors who gave their credence letter to Ibrahim TAROE. These ambassadors said they trusted Ibrahim TAROE, that he should be allowed to work, that they trust Burkina Faso, that what Sahel Alliance is doing is good. One of those ambassadors is Indian ambassador who is known as His Excellency B. Akhta Bats. He presented his letter to Ibrahim TAROE saying that India supported Ibrahim TAROE and India continue to support Ibrahim TAROE. All of a sudden, on 15th of July 2024, boom. Indian biggest gold mining company signed a deal to extract gold in Burkina Faso. On this gold mining where they are going to extract gold was another company, but smaller company. This company, who had right to extract gold from Burkina Faso in the past, bought their right. So for India company to be able to extract that gold, they must have to pay the old company who was there for the site. Then the Indian company had agreed to pay over $2 million US for the company who had been there to leave, and everything had been signed and they have left. This is a big business because this business is going to generate a lot of money. Just to buy a ride to be able to extract the gold from a site, they paid over $2 million. On 15th of July 2024, India's BIC West Africa announced to acquire 2 gold projects in Burkina Faso. India's BIC West Africa to acquire 2 gold projects in Burkina Faso. West African gold explorer Asara Resources has struck a deal with private gold exploration company BIC West Africa, BIC, for the sale of its non-core Kouri and Babonga gold projects in Burkina Faso. The transaction, valued at $2.2 million, includes an upfront non-refundable payment of $550,000 already received, a second payment of $550,000 due upon SPA execution, and a final payment of $1.1 million upon completion. Asara will divest 100% of the issued capital in its wholly owned subsidiary, Golden Rim Resources Burkina SARL, which holds the licenses for both projects. Funds from this sale will be allocated to advance the Keita Gold project in Guinea and to repay the remaining portion of a convertible note, making Asara debt-free. Asara will divest 100% of the issued capital in its wholly owned subsidiary, Golden Rim Resources Burkina SARL, GMRB, which holds the licenses for the Kouri and Babonga projects. The projects have been on care and maintenance since FY 2022, with no recent exploration activities. Completion is conditional on receiving necessary authorizations from the Burkina Faso Minister of Mines. Professional miners from Burkina Faso will be largely recruited for knowledge transfer, allowing Burkina Faso to be able to extract its gold itself in the near future. No changes in Burkina Faso laws that affect the transaction and requisite amendments to GMRB's Articles of Association. BIC West Africa Limited, an Indian-owned Mauritian-based gold exploration company, focuses on Francophone West African countries, including Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea. The company has more than 40 years of mining experience in India and a geological team with over 215 years of combined experience. After listening to this video, I became very happy. Because good governance is everything. But I am also not happy at the same time because there are so many African countries who have gold. But because of the bad governance, their government not allowing international company to come and extract gold, those countries remain poor. So many solid minerals in Africa. Most of the countries that are called poor countries in Africa are not actually poor. But do you have leaders with your vision like Ibrahim TAROE? The speed things are going in Burkina Faso. If it continues like this in the next 4 years, nobody will recognize Burkina Faso. A country that used to be called poor country. Only one man, Ibrahim TAROE, came into office, changed everything. International companies began to land, investments here and there, good friends. Everybody wants to work with Ibrahim TAROE. Every good president around the world want to protect Ibrahim TAROE. Why? Because they have seen that this man is different from other African leaders and they have worked with in the past. The only African president who have refused to approve Toyota Land Cruiser SUV for his workers. Look at other African countries. Look at their presidents. Once their presidents come into office, the first thing they will do is to approve Toyota Land Cruiser SUV. For every governor, every minister, every local government chairman, every lawmaker, every senator, and they will be enjoying squandering their country's money. A president who behaves this way, how would he think about progress of the country? How would he be able to create a job? He can't create a job anymore. Then Ibrahim TAROE came into office and said that this type of life can never happen in Burkina Faso. He refused to approve SUV for himself, refused to approve SUV for senators, for lawmakers, for governors. He said anybody who wants to drive an expensive vehicle or exhaustive vehicle, let him go and take his money to buy it. But the government cannot procure exotic cars for politicians to enjoy why the masses are suffering. Because we are the same. He refused to approve an exotic car to anybody. And when people saw what was happening in Burkina Faso, they were happy because that showed good character, and look at the type of investors that are coming in Burkina Faso. Why are they not going to invest in other countries? Bad governance. We pray that may Ibrahim TAROE stay longer in office, because what is going to happen in Burkina Faso in the next 4 or 5 years will be unbelievable. Look at what India's biggest mining company is doing in Burkina Faso now, coming with sophisticated machine to extract gold. This is how country is supposed to function. Thank you very much for watching.